Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. We continue the conversation on education. This time we shifted a little bit to financial education so you can get a clearer understanding of bankruptcy and insolvency. This morning I want to welcome the Deputy Program Coordinator of the Financial Literacy Secretariat at the THA, Kishon Morton. Good morning to you, Kishon.
Good morning, Rawkus. Good morning, viewers.
How are you doing this morning?
I am fine. And
You
yourself?
sure you wake up already? You had your coffee and everything ready to start the day?
I actually not a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker, but I didn't have my tea. I said I'll have that as soon as we finish on here.
All right, fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the difference between bankruptcy and insolvency, and why do we want to highlight the knowledge of the difference?
The two terms are similar, but there are some slight nuances in the difference between the two. Bankruptcy basically is the legal process that happens when our business can no longer pay their debts. It's either a way to give them a fresh start by either eliminating or reorganizing those debts. And in bankruptcy, normally an external entity or person steps in to figure out how much debt there is and when it could be paid back and what should happen to any debts that may remain. So it's kind of really hitting a reset button in reorganizing the finances of the business. In terms of insolvency, it means that you are not making enough money to pay your debts. It doesn't automatically then mean that you will go bankrupt, but it is a sign that there is some financial distress.
Okay. All right. Thank you for clarifying that difference for us. But tell me a little bit about the workshop that you're having to share more information about it. It's on the 13th of September, yeah?
Yeah, 13th of September at the Anne Mitchell Gift Auditorium at the Scarborough Library in Tobago. It's basically coming out of a meeting we had with the Office of the Supervisor of Insolvency, which is at the Ministry of Finance in Trinidad. We will have some meetings within the year, and we decided that some businesses may feel that there's a stigma attached to bankruptcy and insolvency. And with that comes a shame on their part if they were to go to or to get to that stage. So what we really wanted to do is demystify that notion of bankruptcy and insolvency being something that is negative. So we wanted to bring the facts and bring the experts into Tobago so that the business owners, SMEs, even the public can have a better idea of what insolvency and bankruptcy really is.
Now, you're saying that is not that people have a negative stigma about it, right? But if I can't pay my debts, that's not really necessarily a positive thing, is it? It means my business ain't doing so good.
Yeah, and as any business owner or entrepreneur, you have to understand that operating a business has risks. And as well as there may be good days, there may be days when things may not be so rosy as well. Lots of times as a small business owner myself, you don't go into doing business knowing everything. So saying that even on the bad days, sometimes we need help, and we want them to know that the help is there and it's reachable, and there's nothing wrong with accessing this help.
So tell me, who can attend this workshop?
The workshop is geared to any person that has a small business or micro or medium-sized business, the normal man in the street. There is a link on the divisions page with a Google form, or you can call the division at 639-4412, extensions 3400 to 3405, and you can register. So it's open to anybody that is interested and think that this is something. And we would like to implore business owners, this is something that you need to come and hear, and the information is for everyone. It's not because it's not for only businesses that you think that your business is not doing well, it's for everyone. So we want to encourage everybody to come out and get all this information. It's free of charge, and they're here in Tobago, and they want to continue engaging us here in Tobago. So we want to encourage everybody to please come out.
Is there any option for people who might not be able to make it physically and want to tune in virtually?
We also have a Zoom link that we would send out to all the participants that so desire next week. So for those that can't make it in person, there would be a Zoom link so you can see virtually as well.
All right. So just to be clear, during the workshop, we're covering the difference between bankruptcy and insolvency. We're also covering legal insights into the process involved in both of them. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What else will be covered? What else will be covered in the workshop?
The Office of the Insolvency Supervisor will also give a brief overview of what the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act of 2007 entails and how it affects businesses and how they're able to access the facility, and also show little signs of, you'll be able to pick up signs where your business will be going, when it's going into financial distress. So there'll be those signs that you'll be able to look out for, and how do you then access the facility and the process.
Nice. I understand that there's an aspect of empowerment as well.
Well, this in itself is financial education, and financial education is empowerment. Right. So it's giving you the tools and ensuring financial inclusion, meaning that showing that all financial services are available to those that need it. So giving you those tools in itself is empowerment. So empowering you to make the best decisions in any circumstance.
Would there be a part of this conversation related to taxes as well and understanding that process?
Not in this, because of the time issue and this topic. The two topics are so broad. We're hoping that this is just the start of our conversation that will continue with the Tobago businesses. But at the same time, as you brought it up, it's a shameless plug, we will be having, the Financial Literacy Secretary will be having a tax session called Tax Talks in October, early September, earliest. So there will be that, and I hope that we'll have another conversation based just as we are now on that.
Well, I was just going to say, okay, come back to chat about that closer to the time, so that we can get people informed. So again, it's happening on the 13th of September, which is a Friday, from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Scarborough Library, yeah? And it's absolutely free.
It's absolutely free. So we encourage everybody, if you're thinking about starting a business, you already have a business, you had a business and you want to restart, this is something that you need to hear. This is important information. It's free. We even have someone from the IMF that will be there as well.
Ooh, okay.
So it's industry experts on the topic matter. So you can come your questions, and there's the room for networking as well after the sessions that you can ask questions personally. So we're encouraging everyone to come out and to take part in this event.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Keyshawn, and congratulations in advance on this event. I think that it's definitely great to continue sharing that financial information, and we look forward to more of them.
Thank you for having me, and hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, man.
You too.
Right. And that's Keyshawn Morton, the Deputy Program Coordinator, the Financial Literacy Secretariat at the THA, sharing with us some information about understanding bankruptcy and insolvency. They have a workshop coming up on Friday, 13th September, and you can be a part of it. Head across to the THA's website to get more information. We take a quick break and we come back with more on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.